it's me, Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts, just turning some lights on. We have light. I hope you are all well. I'm just checking that everything is okay. Fingers crossed. I am actually just going to check that I can hear myself. Actually, if when you join, you could let me know that you hear me, that would be special, because I had to redo my my settings again. Don't know why. Okay, this might feed back, so apologies if it does. Ooh. Just waiting for the ad to go. Skip. Actually, if when you join, it's working. So yes, I had to reset all of my video and audio settings when I logged in this morning. And as I had left that a little later than I normally do, that was just perfect. Really, really good. Anywho, we're here. That's all that matters. So, I hope everyone's well. For those of you who don't know me, hello Kay from Kansas. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Liz Yuille. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK, working across the UK, France, Germany, Austria, the Netherlands, Belgium and the Republic of Ireland. Need to remember those. It's not just my hobby, it is my job. And yeah, it's how I make money. Fingers crossed. Morning Lorna, morning Shaz, hello Sherry from Ontario. So yes, really pleased that volume is working. I have just sent out my most recent Creativity in a Box class, and having recorded all of the videos back end of last week, I was particularly pleased when I went to make sure that they were all right on Sunday evening to discover that none of the audio had recorded. So that was just perfect. So I've been having to redo them all. Hello, Karen. Karen, you should have had an email explaining that there was a problem with the Creativity in a Box videos. I've got 2 more left to do. I've done all of the others, but I do have 2 more left to do, which I will get done today, and I'll get everything out. The parcels are on their way, so fingers crossed they will arrive sometime today, because tomorrow and Thursday is a postal strike in the UK. Wonderful. Although the strikes don't necessarily mean you're not getting post. It depends on which particular bit of the union has decided that they're not working that day. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm not going to get too worried about it. What I am going to do is flip the camera down and start talking through what we're going to be doing. So, lots of shiny stuff. I'm using, and I'm really embarrassed to say this, I've not inked this up yet. So it really is time to ink up my Mistletoe magic, because otherwise it's going to be gone. Not least of all because it's very soon. It is the last chance list. I did a last chance video earlier this week. I think I released it yesterday. It already feels like it's been 3-4 days of this week so far. Hello, Leslie. Good heavens, you've sent out all your Christmas cards. I haven't even made all my Christmas cards. I've got to count up how many I've made. We need about 150. Joy! Anyway, so Mistletoe Magic. Let me find it in my catalogue, because I have absolutely no doubt it will be on sale come Thursday. And it will. Stamp set's 30% off. The dies are 60% off. So the stamp set's going to be £14.70. And the dies are going to be at just £11.60. However, do not use the bundle code when you want discounts from the mini catalogue. Just saying. So yeah, I need to use it before it goes. Sherry, she's just so ahead, isn't she? Hello, Linda. Thank you very much. Do you know, you are the only person that has said that they can hear but happily I do know that we can hear. But hello, Linda from Michigan. Right, so I have put the stickers on the back of my stamps. We have got a big bunch of mistletoe, a sprig, a ribbon. We've got May the miracle of this season bring peace, Christmas blessings to you and yours. May your heart be filled with joy of the season, and Merry Christmas. We have in the dies to do the 4 stamped images plus another ribbon, another set of mistletoe which is embossed, lots of berries, a tiny sprig, more berries, big berries, and some what look like kind of pine sprigs. So lots. Morning, Nora. So yes, lots and lots of useful things. Now, I have a vague idea what I'm doing. It's only a vague idea. This morning's been an interesting challenge. Not only did I have to reset all my settings for this, I don't normally go to the gym on Tuesday. I normally go on a Monday. But yesterday I was out in the morning, so I wasn't able to get to the gym first thing yesterday morning. So I went this morning for a class. Well, I say class, it's a personal training session, small group. 7 o'clock this morning I was at the gym. Happy days. So I'm feeling a little frazzled. Just a teeny weeny bit. Morning, Jan from Finally Cool Air. 72 degrees. I wish it was 72 degrees here. Hello, Lorraine from Southern Ontario. Are you a first-time commenter? I suspect you are. Right, I have got some white, basic white card. I'm going to take my large mistletoe image and my e-block, and I'm going to ink that up and do some colouring. So I need my memento. Oh, if you're sending them overseas, yeah, it's never quite so easy to know when you have to send things out. And as I say, at the moment with the UK postal strike, it's just super duper. And I was, ooh, that's not properly on. I was trying to check, because my creativity in a class boxes have gone tracked mail, and I was trying to check where they were this morning and kept getting an error message for my login, and then eventually it said our website's down, so that's helpful. So I have no idea where they are, just hoping that everything's working okay and that they are, well, I know they're on their way. They actually were picked up on Saturday. I have a sneaking suspicion I've smudged that. But let's have a... Oh, no. It's all right. I'm going to do 2, just so that I've got a second one ready. Just in case. Because I think I might layer them up. Trying to work out the best place to pop them. Just pop them there. You've made 70 cards. Yeah, sadly the list does get shorter every year. It's not good. Not good. Hello, Karen from New Hampshire. I hope everyone had a fantastic... I say everyone, those of you in the United States had a good Thanksgiving. And enjoyed the Black Friday sales, which seem to be been going on for about a month, and Cyber Monday and all those other things. I have happily managed to use some of the Black Friday or Cyber Monday or whatever they are discounts to get ahead with some of my Christmas shopping. I've also... Are there any Marmite lovers watching? And I think probably I should say Marmite lovers in the UK. Because, if there are, I spotted on their website yesterday evening, as I was on Instagram, they are doing Naughty and Nice Marmite personalised jars. I mean, it works out at about £12 a jar once you put shipping on, but you can have a gold jar for those who've been nice, and you can have a black jar for those who've been naughty. Well, there you are, Lorna. If you know anyone else who likes Marmite, I don't, you can get a personalised Marmite for them. I have ordered one for my husband. I can happily say that because I know that he will not be watching this video. Right, okay, so the perfect colour for me for mistletoe, that's what I'm colouring, would actually be Pear Pizzazz, but I want to use blend, so I'm going to use my Old Olive because it's the nearest I can get. 70 cards, wow, don't even know 70 people. 12. I wish, but I do, and I don't wish to, you know, spoiler alert, peeps, if you're on my team or a customer, spoiler alert, because I do send them out to my customers and my team. So, yeah, that does add a few to the numbers. So this is my dark Old Olive, and I'm just adding this where there are lines, really. I mean, I'm not being strict on dashes, I'm just kind of adding a little bit. And then I'm going to use soft sea foam for the mistletoe, because that's kind of the nearest I can get to that sort of translucent sheen that mistletoe has. We actually have mistletoe growing in the village. I can't remember the last time I bought mistletoe from a garden centre or, you know, anywhere like that, because people in the village sell it for a good cause, which is just amazing. We don't have any in our garden because it is a parasite, so I have suggested that we could have some on our apple trees. My husband did not think that was a clever idea, not least of all because he likes his apple trees. And putting mistletoe into your trees does stress your trees out, although we do have mistletoe on some of the largest trees in the village, so I'm not convinced it stresses them out that much. But it is really nice to be able to have locally grown mistletoe. We also grow holly with berries. Now, there is a myth, that's the word I'm looking for, about holly and berries. Just see, Karen has sent 77. Hello, Mary, from the Netherlands. That came out all wrong. Sometimes talk text just doesn't work. You like Marmite? Sadly, I love my children over here like it only Sean that lives in England. I understand why you're saying it's come out wrong. Yes, your children don't love it. I hate Marmite with a passion. Strangely, I do like Twiglets, which do have Marmite on. Don't even go there. Anyway, so yes, there is a myth about holly, that the number of berries are determined by what the weather is going to be that year. So this is light Old Olive. Well, it's not. It's actually to do with what the weather was like the year before. So if it feels it needs to perpetuate itself, if there was a cold winter the year before, it's likely to have more berries. And B, there are male holly trees and female holly trees, and it is only the female holly tree that has all the berries. The male holly tree, I believe, does have a few berries, but it's the female ones that have the big clusters. So you do need to make sure you get the right holly tree. Ask me how I know. Fortunately, it was an old garden, not our current garden. So we ended up taking the holly tree out, which is of itself quite a challenge, because holly is a very hard wood and it doesn't like to come out of the ground very much. So yeah, but we do have wild holly, as in, you know, not in people's gardens in the village. So they tend to have a bit of a haircut before Christmas as people go round and acquire some berries. Oh, and bless them. We have some pyrocanthus outside our house, which have lots and lots of lovely berries. And we also have a shrub that has that sort of look of prickly holly leaves. It's not holly though, and it does produce berries. And I have a sneaking suspicion it's highly poisonous. And on occasions, people come and nick the leaves and some berries off that tree, and I suspect they think it's holly, and it's not. I just hope they live to tell the tale when they stick it on top of their Christmas pud and set fire to it. But yeah, it's amazing what people do. There are lots of mistletoe in your... There would be, yes. I mean, it's sort of a countryside thing. Twiglets are still around, Lorna, but Leslie lives in Sydney. So, oh, and she's just said that, so I didn't need to say that, but yes, she grew up in the UK, but she lives in Sydney. So, I don't think Marmite's made it to Australia, because you've got Vegemite, which is similar but not the same. Oh, and here's the thing, did you know, and I didn't until I was reading the Marmite website, how sad am I, that most Marmite, but not all, is vegan. There is one size pot that for some reason is only vegetarian, not vegan, don't ask me. It is not gluten free, because obviously it's part of the brewing process, and therefore it comes into, it touches grain, which is where you get your gluten. But yes, I hadn't realised that it was vegan. But it is, in the right size pot. It's all vegetarian, but some of it is vegan. So yes, I am now a mine of useless information about Marmite. Oh, and who else? Talking about UK snacks. Sorry, those of you who are overseas. Cheeselets, which at Christmas become treeslets, and they're so much tastier than cheeselets. I saw them in the shops about a month ago and had to buy 2 pots just in case they sold out. They are, however, still available in our local Sainsbury's. Other stores are available. Watching me colour this mistletoe must be one of the dullest things I have made you do. If you are making it this far, particularly if you're watching the replay, I am stunned. Ooh, and on the subject of which, if you are still watching on replay, you can always fast forward, I suppose. If you have any questions or comments, you can always leave those in the comments area below the description bar. And whether you're watching live or on replay, if you're enjoying watching me colour mistletoe, a thumbs up is always very welcome. The YouTube algorithm really likes it. Okay, so there we go. That is the main bit of that done. Curious, what is Marmite? Ah, okay, Karen. It's yeast extract. It's black, gooey, disgusting. This is light soft seafoam. Actually, I'm going to use dark soft seafoam first. Yeah, it's. I don't even know if there's an American version. Jan, do you know if there's an American version of Marmite? I'm just thinking a Brit who is in the US who might know, and that would be Jan. But yes, it's yeast extract, and it has a very, very strong flavour. Hello, Carol, don't worry, you're not late. Hello, Kate, who is laughing at the whole Marmite thing, I guess, and, you know, watching me colour. I saw Kate yesterday, and I'm seeing her tomorrow as well, so that'll be fun. But yes. Is there, Jan? Is it like molasses? No, it's not sweet. And I know molasses it has a bitter taste to it, but no, it is very definitely not sugary. It is pretty unique. Hello, Brenton. Yeah, it might be worth Googling. US version of Marmite. Actually, Kate, do you know, because you spend quite a lot of time in the US, do you know if there's an American version of something American that is like Marmite? I can't even begin to think. Right. Hey, I've finished colouring, everyone. It's delicious, Jan is saying. But is there anything like it in the States, Jan? I hate it. And we have a saying in the UK that something is a Marmite. So it means you either love it or hate it, but there's nothing in between. There's no one who says, yeah, it's kind of okay. You either absolutely love it or you detest it. You get it from British, and most Americans hate it. Lorna is a lover. No. Martin loves it. It's, yeah, not nice. Not nice. But I have bought him a... Nice listening to you chat about marmite and people nicking plants. Yes. It's the joys of living in a village where you don't have fencing around your front garden. I mean, not that we have a garden at the front of our house. We have a strip of land that divides us from the muddy footpath. We can be friends, says Shaz. Clearly Shaz does not like Marmite. It's disgusting! Unless it's on a twiglet. I just don't understand why it's nice on twiglets and vile in every other way. And it's not black, it's like early espresso colour. That's not straight. Oh, it'll do. Brenton, I'm sorry. No, it's not. So here's a question. Do you... Lots of vitamin B. Yeah. It does. And folic acid, apparently. Who knew? So, do you prefer Marmite or Vegemite, Brenton? There's a question. So you can get... Leslie, you can get it in Oz. Brenton says so. So in answer to your earlier question, you can get it in Oz. Probably costs an arm and a leg, but... Because I would imagine it has to be imported from the UK. And Australia actually allows it in. Because Australia can be quite picky about what it lets us through. Lorna doesn't like Vegemite. Okay. Nothing in the States that's like Marmite. So, yes, I don't know how I'd describe it, other than it's vile. Or lovely, depending on your point of view. Right, okay, so that is those two, and I'm going to make 2 cards. I was going to bundle them, but I'm not. I'm going to make 2 cards, and they're going to be similar but not the same. I mean, obviously they're going to be similar because we're using the same stamp set. Right, now you can get ever so classy with this, and you can die cut berries, but I'm not going to. Because you've watched me, you almost literally watched paint dry with me, and I really couldn't put you through that. Not die cutting lots of berries, that would be sad. You do prefer Vegemite, fair enough. And Shaz is quite exactly in one. Right, okay, so let's find some white pre-cut sizes, and I have got some cherry cobbler card, which I'm going to add some real red ribbon to. I know, it's sad. You don't know, I think you could buy it in a supermarket that would have a British aisle in a tourist area. Okay, fair enough. I'm with Brenton though, as you prefer Vegemite. I was thrilled the first time I found tins of bird custard powder. Wow, I love bird's custard powder. Oh, love it, love it. I like making, well, do I like making? It's all right. I do like making ish trifle. My husband loves it. And Kate doesn't like it either. Well done, Kate. I do not like trifle that much. It's okay, but you know, it's okay. However, I have on occasions had to make vast quantities of it, and I mean vast quantities, catering quantities of it. Here's a really tatty piece of thing, but I do like making it with bird's custard. Ooh, happily didn't get black on my jumper. So this is going to be the inside of the card. Are we ready? I'm going to stamp something for the inside of the card. I know, it's just a worry. I'm even going to colour it. Such a thing never happened. Where was my brain going? No idea. Anyway, so yes. Trifle, bird's custard. Yes, love bird's custard. Hot preferably, but I love it. I made a trifle. There are moments I worry about my own sanity. I made a trifle a few weeks back. My brother and sister-in-law were coming over, and we thought, oh, well, let's do a trifle. It's easy. And stupidly, I bought pre-made custard, fresh, you know, lovely vanilla custard. Doesn't set, does it? No, not great then for trifle. Bet you're loving that today is the day I decide to stamp on the inside of my card and colour it. You get bird's custard in Canada. Absolutely, Shaz. Yeah. There is a very definite, you either love either love Marmite or hate it, and it puts you in a camp. Now, has anyone done that? And I really don't know why you'd do this, other than because you can. Has anyone done the whole let's aerate Marmite so that it goes kind of vanilla colour? Why would you do that? Apparently you put some Marmite on your knife, and when you're putting it on the bread, you bounce it up and down, and eventually it goes cream coloured. I mean, seriously. Use blancmange on your trifles. Oh, what a good idea. You've got to have big pavlova for Christmas. Ooh, lovely. Oh, sorry your internet's being sketchy, Nora. Right, okay. I'm going to make a card. It's just... so this is the Lights Aglow paper, which will be on sale come Thursday. I've hardly used this either, but it's gorgeous. I did a card with it this morning for Top Tip Tuesday, but it is just wonderful, 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 gorgeous, gorgeous paper. Although, now, I'm going to say something really controversial. Is it just me, but why do we have 6x6 paper? Sorry, that's very much an in thing, Kate. But yes, me too. I will come back to that. But yes, why do we do 6x6 paper? It's not good for anything. However, yes. So, when Kate and I were travelling to Vienna earlier this month, gosh, I put my hand luggage through the scanner at security, and stupidly I had packed the smallest pair of embroidery scissors in the world, and therefore I had to wait for everything to be checked. Ahead of us in the queue for checking were some ladies who excuse me while I just pick up the paper off the floor. some ladies who I clearly did not have their brains in gear, a bit like me this morning. Is that going to be the right sort of size? Yes. I kid you not, full jar, unopened, admittedly, a full jar of Coleman's mustard, English mustard, obviously, and a full, unopened, large jar of Asda mint sauce. That was confiscated because it was too big in of itself. It was over 100 millilitres of stuff. Now, I do want to add a little bit of white behind this, just to offset it. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add this and then trim it down. But yeah. Oh, the skin on custard, absolutely. Definitely. Yeah, 6x6 annoys me, Shaz. I mean, I am a scrapbooker, historically, so I like my 12x12. But even as a card maker, and whether you're in North America or the rest of the world, 6x6? Seriously? You end up with a funny bit of waste. Just, you know, do everything in 12x12. I shouldn't say that, but I'm going to. Because yes, it... Get the feeling it annoys me more than a little. Because it does really annoy me. Anyway, after my little spat over 6x6 paper, I just think it's a waste. Anyway, right, so that's going to go on there, like that. Then we're going to have a mistletoe. I mean, I'm going to stick everything and it's going to be beautiful. And our real red ribbon, I think, actually can double as cherry cobbler. The European market has way more items on sale than you do in Canada. I think it's because we've not bought stuff. We've got lots of leftover product. The sales in Europe generally, the last few months have been appalling. Just saying. So, and it is governed by what goes in onto sale is governed by how much stock there is. And if there's lots, they discount it, and if there isn't, they don't. So, yeah, I think it just reflects the economy at the moment. It does justify 12x12, Lorna. You are absolutely right. It is lovely, and it should be 12x12, because if you want it 6x6, you can always cut it down. But you cannot turn 6x6 into 12x12. Doesn't work. Trust me, I've tried. Right, okay, so let's pop this all together. I do like bokeh. And then I've got another idea for the other one, which will be similar but not the same. I'm going to make this an expensive card. Just saying. Just saying. You don't have to. If you want to case this, you do not have to put these dimensionals on. But, you know, I am. We can hand deliver quite a lot of our cards, so it's not a problem. All the village ones we hand deliver. I say we, I hand deliver. I'm one of those sad people that mentally walks around the village, which is, you can do it in a kind of circle. And I mentally walk around the village, putting all the cards in the right order, and am I going to cross the road here or am I going to cross the road there? And yeah, it takes not very long at all. So I do it. Now, vanilla and white are in this paper, although on the packet it says vanilla, which is why I'm using white. To go up a little bit more. Here we go. Because this I also want to have on dimensionals. When will you do scrapbooking pages? I have started to redo scrapbooking, but I need to get myself into the right frame of mind to then transfer that onto into Stampin' Up products, because I don't think our product range is wide enough for scrapbooking, because we don't have stickers, and I do like me a sticker, so I've got to get my brain in it. Hopefully soon, and I know I keep saying that, but hopefully soon. We do have that nice memory book, which would be ideal for a Christmas memory thing, or you could use it for a short holiday, those sorts of things. If SU's argument is they want to give more patterns, do packs of 24 12 by 12. Yes. Or simply just do 12 by 12. Just, you know, it's a good argument. Maybe that is why they want to give us more choice. But it just, yeah, not for me. I mean, I'll use it, clearly, but I do like my 12 by 12. And bokeh as a background for a scrapbooking page would be yum. Right, so I've got my bow ready to go, and tell me, I mean, I know it's real red. I'm trying to see some real red on my desk, but I can't. But I think it doubles very nicely as cherry cobbler, which is why I'm using it. And I'm going to use some of our festive pearls, which will also be on, oh, will they be on sale? Can't remember. But I'm going to use some anyway. I have one gold one left, and I went to see if I could find some more yesterday, because I normally have extras. Nah. Got pretty much every other embellishment you could imagine, but not festive pearls. Right, so having made the inner, let's pop it on. Have a good day at work, Jan. I think what we need to do as demos, so those of us who are demos, I think we just need to sandbox. We want 12 by 12 instead of 6 by 6. Anyway, there we go. There is our first card. Right, okay, so I said I was going to do something similar but not the same. Once upon a time I had some white. Here we go. I am going to grab an embossing folder. I can't decide which one instantly. I mean, I kind of know which one I want. I need to find it. It's going to be a 3D embossing folder. There we are. So it's the time-worn, time thingy type one. That one. Let's clear the decks. Oh, why did I get another piece of card out? I've got one. It's a worry. It is a worry. So I need my base plate, my grey plate. Always pop your folded edge of your embossing folder through first. And have it vaguely straight, as there is type on it. There we go. Ooh. Right, so there's our type. Get rid of those bits. And I want to very wipe my nose because it's very cold in here and my nose is running. I want soft sea foam. I want a brush for soft sea foam. That's pink. That might do. Sort of grey. That sort of brown. No, I think it's not really aqua, and it's definitely not white. We'll use that one. So now this is going to be covered by this, so I'm going to add soft sea foam behind. So I'm going to start adding in the middle of my piece of card because a lot of the middle is going to be covered, and it means that I can get rid of any excess in that middle area that's going to be covered up anyway. More is more. Now I've had a request, and that's always a good thing to talk about. We have at least 50 pieces of this DSP. Yeah, 1 7/8 by 6. Yeah. Well, I may have to do that as a top tip Tuesday. How to use up your scraps of 6 by 6. There are things. There are things you can do. A little bit more down at the bottom here. But that will be a good top tip Tuesday. I will take that on board, Leslie. However, what I was about to say is, if you ever have a question or a thing that you want some help with, which would hit a top tip Tuesday, please just let me know. Send me an email, drop a comment somewhere and say, Liz, top tip Tuesday thought, how about X? Someone has asked me about using embossing folders in other ways, and I will be looking at that, so just to let you know. Right, my other half of my cherry cobbler thing. Is that the right way up? Yes. So that's going to go there. That's going to go there. I actually want to trim this down a little because I want DSP behind it. So I'm just going to take an arbitrary amount off each side. I think I'm just going to take 1/4 of an inch off on each edge. Because I quite like the position of where that ink has gone, but I just want it a bit smaller, so that's smaller. And I want another piece of the cherry cobbler paper. But which could use that. That's quite nice, although no, it's vanilla, so I can't use that. I think I'm going to go back to that one, and I think I am going to go bokeh. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Bear with me while I deal with aforementioned report. Let's get rid of right, thank you. Yeah, very inappropriate messages. Thank you for doing that. There's part of me that actually thinks it means that things are working properly. As in, you know, if people are bothered to troll my account, seriously. Right, so that's going to go there like that. I just wanted something to kind of lift the background a bit, because Cherry Cobbler on its own, I think, is a very heavy colour. There are a few colours that I think are heavy in that way. Cherry Cobbler's one. Garden Green, I think, is heavy. Shaded Spruce is heavy as well. And I just mean it's a very colour. There's no lift on it. It's just there. Now, Early Espresso I do not think is a heavy colour. It's very illogical. Always good to get your words the right way up. I know they're not full words, but they are full letters. So, right, okay, so this is going to go on there. So it's all going to be nice and soft. And again, I'm going to pop dimensionals on the back. I do like mini dimensionals. I like ordinary dimensionals as well, but I do like the mini ones. And I know you can just cut big ones, but it's not the same. That should do. Thank you, Karen. Got more. Add that there. And I'm trying to think, I don't want necessarily to use the Festive Pearls again, but I might. I might actually use the soft the soft succulent. So, because it's almost soft sea foam. I do think we might want to add a sentiment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think a sentiment would be nice. Oh, thank you, Karen. Thank you, Lorna, for liking. Right, I'm going to grab some linen thread and I know what I could do as well. Right, I'm gonna straighten this a bit because it's a bit curly whirly. There was something else that was going through my head as well as the thing that is in my head. So I'm going to take a double length and just do my usual Auntie Betty bow. So double loops, cross them over. And oops. So that's going to go there. And then there's one more thing I want to do. Oh, thank you, Shaz. So fold that over. Come on, off you come. Thank you. Pop that on the back of there. And add it. This may go through as an ordinary card, because when that goes through, that bow is going to be flattened, potentially, because it's between dimensionals for it. So if you're in the UK, bear that in mind. Right, okay. What I want, is there anything in this? I thought it would be fun, yes there is, just to add a little bit of Wink of Stella to our mistletoe berries. Now, who else knows what you're supposed to do when you kiss under the mistletoe to the mistletoe? Because not a lot of people know this. Tradition, again, is that every time you kiss under the mistletoe, you remove, I will come on to what's an Auntie Betty bow. Every time you kiss under the mistletoe, you're supposed to remove a berry. And then once all the berries are gone, you can't kiss under the mistletoe anymore. Right, so an Auntie Betty bow, it's only called an Auntie Betty bow because my Aunt Betty used to buy, well, she still does, I guess. Bless her, she's in her mid-90s. Almost completely blind, lives on her own. I take my hat off to her. So an Auntie Betty bow, you do 2 loops. You cross, I do left over right, so left over right, and you take that, what's now the right hand loop, and you pop it through the loop that you've made by crossing your 2 loops. But it's just a really easy way to tie a bow, and it gives you full control over how big it is. So, and it's only called an Auntie Betty bow by me because it's my Auntie Betty who showed me. So literally 2 loops, cross one over the other. You've then got this hole, and you take the one that you've crossed over, put it through that hole, and pull. And it gives you the perfect bow every time. It doesn't matter whether you want a large bow or a small bow. It will give you the, so you can go really small or you can go really large and you get your little bow. Bunny ear bow. Yeah, as I say, I'm the only person who would call it an Auntie Betty bow. Sue, I've not seen you comment before. Welcome. But yes, good question. As I say, I always call it an Auntie Betty bow because it's my Aunt Betty who showed me how to do it. But it's just a really cute bow. And also I would generally, which I did with the linen thread as well, tie my bows while they're still attached to the ribbon reel, because then you can use less ribbon. Just saying. Right, so there we go. Those are our 2 cards for the day. I will put I will actually put a liner in this one. I will do that later on. But this one has a liner and it's... Oh, I was going to do a sentiment, wasn't I? I was going to do a sentiment. So let's very quickly do a sentiment. I'm going to do Merry Christmas and I'm going to fussy cut it. Woohoo! Bet you're all thrilled by that. Not only do you get to watch me colour, you get me to watch me fussy cut. Your world is now complete. Right, let's stick with black. Although we could go cherry cobbler. Let's go cherry cobbler. As I've got it here. Oh, lovely, Leslie. Yeah, we have ours on quite a long piece of ribbon. Mistletoe. Remove a berry. Yep. Remove a berry. Always welcome, Mary. Right, I'm going to do this at a kind of funny angle because I am going to fussy cut. So there's our Merry Christmas, and I'm going to very quickly fussy cut just to show that you can very quickly fussy cut. And then add that to this card. Or possibly this one. Who knows? Right, so fussy cutting, and I know I say this every time, but it's always worth repeating. Fussy cutting, you only open and close your scissors. This isn't going to be the most beautiful fussy cutting in the world, just saying. You do not move your scissors to go round corners. You move your card to go round your corners. So all you're doing with your scissors is opening and closing. Ooh, we could split those two words in half. Ooh, I might think about that in a minute. Let's see how we get on. And just imagine that you've got a pencil line that you're following that is slightly out from your word. Practicing on pictures in magazines is always a good idea, and it saves you wasting card. Thank you, Leslie. They're basically the same design, just with a different kind of twist, I suppose. Yeah, I think I can feel this being split coming on. So I'm going to go up and very carefully go round to the top. So there's Merry. Let's round off that. That's a bit tight, never mind, it'll be fine. And you can do as many whoop-steeries, up and downs as you want. I'm going to do fairly straightforward. And right, so Merry Christmas, so we can have Christmas there, Merry up there. I think somewhere I have got exactly what I need, which is that, which is a strip from an edge of dimensional, a mini dimensional. So I'll pop my Christmas on and then I'll pop my Merry on, and then we will definitely be finished. Oh, come on, hands work. That should do. There we go. So, just change that last one up a little bit, so we've got our Merry, not particularly straight, however, Merry. Let's straighten that out a bit. That's better. So, Merry Christmas. So, almost a conveyor belt. Do all your colouring, do all your die cutting, and then just pop it all together. So, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, and hello Pam, just finishing up, but you can watch the replay. Now you will know it's a replay because the heading will, in about 5 minutes time, say Chat and Craft Live Replay with Liz. Red is your favourite, this one. It does pop it all out quite nicely. Anywho, if you haven't already liked them, please do. That would be lovely, assuming you do like them. Questions, comments on replay, do just drop those below in the description bar. And, yeah, I should say below in the description bar. And if you haven't already subscribed, do remember to do so. Let me just flip the camera up so I can say farewell properly. Come on, there we go. So thank you. Yes, I will be back again on Thursday for another live at 3 o'clock UK time. And until then, look after yourselves. I hope the weather's not too bad wherever you are in the world, because I know even in Australia you've got freaky weather at the moment. So do look after yourselves, stay safe, stay warm, and I will see you again on Thursday, I hope, either live or on the replay. Until then, fare thee well.